Hi guys, DeMoose here, more than just a pen. Today's video we are going to be doing a do's and don'ts on how to draw realistic blonde hair, or just a realistic hair in general. The tips that I will be giving you in this video will be for hair in general. So yeah, if you would like to see the full length tutorial video of this drawing, that is now available for you guys on Patreon alongside 3 other hair tutorial videos on how to draw curly hair, how to draw ginger hair, and how to draw, which other one did I do? I did ginger hair, I did blonde hair, which is this one, I did curly hair, and I did braided hair, and I also did a knotted hair, but I lost the video files to that one and I don't want to talk about it. Lost the video files, man. Anyways, I uploaded the image version because I took a lot of pictures and obviously wrote a whole description about how I did that hair. But today's video is a do's and don'ts on how to draw this blonde hair, and I hope you guys find it helpful. And if there's any more tutorials or do's and don'ts videos you guys would like to see, make sure to comment below, and your boy DeMoose will try and get it done for you guys because I'm here to help. And I want people to be using that ballpoint pen. So yeah, anyways, let's get into this video, and yeah, let's go. So to start this video off, we are gonna start off by talking about the things you shouldn't be doing, the don'ts, and after that we will move on to the do's. And with the don'ts, you can see I've started off by sketching out everything, where the groups of hair and all that stuff, but the mistake that I am making is by sketching too dark. This is a mistake that people make a lot, and it's not just with realistic hair, it's with sketching in general, just sketching the outline of their drawing. When it comes to ballpoint pen, when you apply the ballpoint pen on top of such thick lines, you can't get rid of the lines after that because you're applying ink on top of it. It's the same with like watercolor pencils and standard pencils in general. Any type of medium, when you apply on top of pencil, it's very difficult to get rid of the lines. So after that, the next thing I see people doing is again applying the black first and cross-hatching. Oh, what is this guy doing? Stop him, stop him, stop him. No, you do not cross-hatch when it comes to drawing hair. That is the forbidden rule. Like, it's not something I'm making up. What is he doing? No, you don't cross-hatch. Don't ever cross-hatch when you're doing hair. The best way to do hair is to follow the hair, the direction of the hair, the way it's going, and applying the black first, especially when you're drawing something like blonde hair, it's a really big mistake. You don't want to do it. You don't want to use black. After that is bringing in the first color, which is the yellow. Since this is blonde hair, that's the first color most people see, or light brown type sometimes, depending on the sunlight and stuff like that. But anyways, what I'm doing here that is wrong is that I'm drawing the hair straight. I'm drawing straight lines, whereas nobody's hair flows like that. Even when someone straightens their hair, it's not straight, you know, unless they have a really good straightener. But in reality, hair flows a little bit, has a bit of curve to it, and here I'm just drawing straight lines, and it's just not right. It's just totally wrong, and don't do it, people. Please don't do this. I do not know what this guy is doing. He's lost his mind, and we need to tell him to stop, because this is just it's wrong. So yeah, don't ever do this, like just draw straight lines. It's like almost like we're just trying to fill out the area, which is not what we do. We want to build up in sections, which is what I'm about. I preach that all the time. Take your time, build it in sections. And here, as you can see, I'm using the yellow again in order to create darker tones of the yellow, instead of you going and finding other colors that will give me that natural dark tone of the blonde hair. I'm here using the yellow, which is not the way we want to do it. We want to bring in other colors that we see, and just using the yellow to make it darker, it's like almost like we're drawing a cartoon, and it just looks off. It's just everything is just wrong. We're cross-hatching, we're sketching too dark. This is not what we want. We don't want to do this, and I advise you guys to please don't do this ever in your life. Forget it. I think it's now time to fast forward this and move on to the do's and yeah, things that you guys should be doing instead. So now moving on to the do's. The first thing you want to do is identify all the colors that you will be using and the colors that you see when you're looking at your reference photo. This doesn't necessarily mean that I will be using all the colors, it's just the colors that I see when looking at my reference photo. So the first thing we're going to do is apply the first layer, which is the base layer. So after looking at my reference photo, analyzing it, the color that I felt like was underneath it all was yellow. So that's the reason why, as you can see here, I'm sketching it really lightly to the point where you guys are probably thinking, is he even touching the paper? It's totally different from what we was doing in the don'ts, where we just went in straight, hard, heavy. Here we want to build it up with layers, and that's exactly what we're doing here, applying it really lightly. You can't even really see my pencil sketch as well, which is great, because now we can just focus on applying the color. And then after that, we're going to start adding more and more layers. But one thing I will say is, remember to always look back at your reference photo. Your reference photo is there for a reason. It's there to guide you. It's there to make sure you get everything where it's supposed to be. So if you need to do a lot of stopping and starting, so be it. We're here to get as accurate as possible. And yeah, let's just keep going here. As you can see, I'm just fast forwarding it quickly, but as you can see, I'm not increasing my pressure anywhere. I'm just building it up nice and slow, and I'm also making sure that the lines are all going in the direction of the hairs. I'm not drawing no straight lines. The couple of mistakes that I'm making here are that I'm not wiping my pen, which is something I'm still trying to learn and stuff that I'm trying to get used to, but I need to get used to it more. As you can see, them little yellow big blobs at the top of the hair there. But obviously, as I keep going, adding more layers, I will cover it up to the point you won't notice it anymore, which is okay. If you're gonna make mistakes, then do it in the first couple of layers. Anyways, after that, we bring in the brown. Now this brown is from Ryman Stationery. If you guys live in the UK, then yes, you can get these pens, but if you live outside of the UK, oh yeah, you can't get it because they don't ship anywhere else aside from the UK. So unless you have a family friend or someone that lives in the UK that can get them for you, and then obviously then ship it out to you. But yeah, Ryman Stationery is the yellow, and this one, the brown. I'm using two different browns in this drawing. As you can see now, all I'm doing with the brown is basically following the yellow lines, but not all of them. I'm just putting it in certain areas. As you can see with the yellow as well, when we applied it, we left a lot of areas white, because we also want that natural light to come through. You know, that natural light that comes when you just hair in general, you just have natural light that comes in within it. So we want to leave certain areas white, because we don't have a white pen, so we're using the paper as our light source. But yeah, I'm basically just following the yellow guidance that I left for myself and applying the brown in extra areas, just making it a little bit darker. Again, we're building this up, we're not rushing anything, we're building it up with layers, and we're keeping our strokes consistent, following the hair. Make sure the hair is flowing like water. That's a Bruce Lee line there. Flow like water, my friend. Be water. Yeah, that's what we're doing basically here. And with the layers and everything, we're going to start bringing in the hair and start making it look nice and smooth and realistic, which is exactly what we're going for. Keep looking back at your reference photo. That's something I do a lot. I probably look at my reference photo more than I do the actual drawing itself, because you can always miss something, you know. So I feel like it's good to always stop drawing completely, look at your reference photo, analyze it a bit more, saying, okay, what have I missed? Is there something I could add here? Oh, I could add a little bit here, or yep, here as well. You know what I mean? Because that's why I like to draw not like 10 hours straight. I'll rather draw 5 hours and then come back like the next day, because my eyes are fresh again, so I can see more. When you're drawing for like 10 hours straight, your eyes, then you start to miss stuff. So when you come back the next day, like, oh, I forgot this, I could add this now. So that's another tip for you guys. Try to separate your drawing sessions. Don't try and draw intensely for like crazy hours. It's not good. You tend to miss a lot of stuff. So here we're bringing back the yellow, and the reason why we're doing this is because yellow is the glue. We're trying to glue everything together. We're trying to merge everything together. We don't want none of this hair looking separate, we want it all looking together. So that's why it's always good to bring back the base color in order to merge everything together. Here I'm doing something very risky, something that I'd advise most to try and keep away from, simply because again we're drawing a light hair color. If you were drawing someone that has black hair, then yes, of course you're going to need black, but because we're drawing someone that has blonde hair, bringing in black is pretty dangerous unless you have really good control over it. Could I have avoided it in this drawing? Yes and no. There were certain areas that were totally dark, totally black, like you see here with the little side of the face, but I didn't really need to use the black 100%. Could I have created more layers with the brown and added more darker tones? Yes, maybe, but I felt like I needed to bring in the black. That's just my way of thinking. That's what I was just feeling when I was doing it. But when you're doing light hair colors or light, anything light, using the black, you have to be very careful because it's such a dark tone and you can't really get rid of it after. Here, final stage, we're bringing in the brown with this one's Stedler. As you guys know, these are probably my favorite pens, and yeah, I just love them. But they don't have yellow, so that's the only downside to Stedler. But anyways, this brown is a bit more bright, a bit more in your face compared to the Ryman stationary one, so that's why I'm using it here as the final stage, just to bring the hair a little bit more brightness and give it a little bit of a glow, which is what we want towards the air. But as you can see, I'm still flicking, creating these curves, natural hair curves. I'm not drawing no straight line, there's no cross section whatsoever here, because like I said, that's a forbidden rule when it comes to drawing hair. And here, we're just using this brown just to bring everything in and make it all look together. Of course, I could have spent hours drawing the hair. Obviously, I'm a sketchism artist, so I don't like to spend multiple hours on doing something. But if I was a very, very patient guy, I probably would have spent another hour or two on this hair to make it look even more realistic, taking more time with each line in order to just make it more realistic. But yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and let me know in the comment section what else you would like to see. I'm out. Peace. So that's my video for today. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you ain't a notificated person or you ain't about the notification squad, make sure you go hit that little bell on the side and you get notifications basically every day, because I upload every day now. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, the full length tutorial video is available on Patreon. Link is in the description. The pens that I used as well, also link in the description, so you can get yourself some. And yeah man, it's been real. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Share with everyone, and that's it from me, man. I'm out. See you tomorrow. Peace.